Hello YouTubes, this is Grimweird, and I am coming back for another episode of my playthrough of Enigmatica 2 Expert. So from last time, we appeared on an island out here in the middle of an ocean. There was a sea serpent, there were some hamsters, lots of drama, and we eventually made a boat and head for the mainland to try and find a place to live that was a little less hamstery and sea serpenty. Um, as I expected, it didn't take us too long to spot a village. There's a village over here somewhere, I think. But what I wanted to go ahead and start doing here was we could make a flint pickaxe. Any old person could make a flint pickaxe, but they do not have a lot of durability, so you're constantly repairing that sucker. So as I was running around getting a lay of the land, we passed under this slime island, and some slime fell on us. And so I've gotten 4 slime balls. I'm going to see if they'll keep spawning for us, and if we can score some quick, easy slime. This guy scared the heck out of me because it sounded like a dragon flying by. I think these guys will attack you if you try and sleep near them or something, but I think they'll leave you alone for the most part, so we're going to leave it alone. The hippogriff, another ice and fire monster. Well, I'm starting to think now that we're only going to get maybe the 1 round of slimes falling off of this island. I could maybe make a dirt pillar and get up there. I don't know how high it is, and or actually I could do it maybe with all of this gravel that we have. I really like to get some slime going. We do have other options for slime in this mod pack. One that works really well is the Pam's Harvest Craft bees and apiaries are a quick way to make a bunch of honey and wax. We're going to need the wax to make hardened leather for our glider, and the slime can be used for slime weapons and repairing slime weapons. Just for kicks and giggles, because I almost never do this, but what the heck. Let's see if we can actually get up on that island and mine some slime up there. We don't even have a pickaxe, so I'm not even sure I can do that, but because I've never actually done this. Usually I just fight the slimes that drop and or use some other method. In some mod packs you can make slime out of rice. I don't think there is rice in this mod pack, but you can do it. Oh, found some. Oh no, I'm all the way back on the island. The hamster island of doom. Oh no. I can't believe a slime actually jumped on me from the island. What a predicament. That is funny. Alright, well, not the end of the world. I'm playing this mod pack to try new things. And my first instincts of not trying to get up to that island were probably correct, but we got to try new things, so there you have it. Fur. Are there any oaks here? No. Alright, well, we will just... Oops. Oh man, I have nothing. Well, I can pick this up. So there we see that vein miner, when you don't have something in your hand, doesn't work. But now that we will do it with a log in our hand, it works. And we will make another table, and we will make another boat, and we will head back to where we just died. So this looks like a good place for a jump cut, because you guys have already seen me make this journey once. So I will be right back. And we're back. I'm finally making my way back to my grave here. Llamas! Spinning llamas. So yeah, the sea serpent chased us, and then another sea serpent chased us. While I was coming back, it got dark. There was a tiny little island, not big enough for monsters to spawn on if I was standing on it, but a couple of wild deer were there, so I spent the night there. That was sort of a make lemonade out of lemons kind of thing, because I got some leather from them. I got about 5 leather from them. And also, it just so happened that there was a bunch of clay and sand and gravel right there. So I went ahead and made us some grout so we can start working on our smeltery. For those of you that haven't played this before, this has a gravestone. You just have to be sort of touching it and hit shift and everything jumps at you. Unfortunately, I don't have enough room to actually carry all this stuff, so I'm going to have to do make some quick decisions here. One thing, I think I probably have enough to make some normal, or I should say some iron basic backpacks. Let's see if I can get that done before it gets dark. I don't have any chests yet. Okay, well, but I should be able to get some. If I go here, claim those chests. They probably shot out somewhere. Did they fall on the ground? That would be tragic if that happened. Man, it's getting dark. So it says I claimed it, so they probably fell somewhere. Let's throw down a bed and sleep and try and fail to add more chaos from monsters to this little predicament I just found myself in. Okay, so if I were a chest, where would I be? Now I can't pick up my bed. I do not see chests there. Great gravy. There they are. Excellent. So, let's see. I'm going to jettison this type of backpack stuff because I don't really know how to use it, and I don't feel like figuring it out right this second. So now I can pick up the chests. We will throw the chest down. We will throw a bunch of stuff in the chest. And we will pick up the rest of our stuff and throw it in the chest. Welcome to Inventory Craft, your inventory management game. Alright, we have recovered. And there's more of those damn slimes. How far did I make it? Oh, I was almost there before one kamikazed me. Goddamn slimes. So let's throw as much as we can in a couple of boxes. We can sort out what I want to take with me when I leave. Right now I'm going to take my trusty boat club and whack me a few slimes. When they get down to this little stage, I don't think they actually do damage to you. They can just sort of push you around a little. So again, the reason we're so interested in slime is there's a whole bunch of stuff we want to make with slime. There's the Slimesling, which you can point at the ground and it will bounce you, it will bounce you way up in the air. And you can combine that with the slime boots, which essentially bounce you when you fall, so that you can go flying up in the air and then bounce around the landscape. So that's one thing to help out with like safe falling and travel and all that garbage. And then the other reason is the slime crystals that you can make from these make a very durable pick head. So we want to make some tools out of slime instead of flint, just to so that we aren't constantly having to repair it. Oftentimes I find these slime islands, they'll give you like a round or two of slimes and then they'll just stop falling. And so I'm going to go ahead and milk this bad boy as long as the slimes keep dropping. We're up to 19. To make the pick head, I think we probably only need 12, but we're going to want some leftovers so that we can repair it. Take a lull in the action to remove our death mark. And we can turn off the starting island 1, 2. We can always turn it back on if we decide to go back there. Also take a moment to talk about the landscape. That was something I was going to do before I got all interested in the slimes. So as I was coming back, first time I went sort of this side of this island. This time I went this side of this island. There's some big old house, castle, manor thing on this island, so we might have to go back and check that out. I did, from the top of these highlands, spot a village, so we're definitely going to want to go and pillage that. You can get a lot of free chests. I mentioned this export pack makes some recipes harder, so if we look at the chest, instead of just the normal wood, you have to have treated wood and logs and a button, or wooden tough tool rods, which is probably easier, and logs. So they're just more expensive. Wood already gives you less planks and sticks, and now you're going to have to use a bunch of it to try and make chests. It's just a pain in the butt, so it's easier to go steal them from a village. And there's a lot of good stuff in the village to steal. Alright, so no more slimes for the moment. I think we no longer need to actually try and get up there. Maybe later when we have some slime boots, so if we fall, we will live. So let's pick up our crafting station and let's decide what of this stuff we need to take with us immediately. We can leave the rest here and come back for it later. So yeah, while I was coming back, that's what I want to do. I think I have enough wool, do I, to make a backpack that I'm familiar with. And we have chests now. So yes, I have enough for one, I think. Basic backpack. Anybody watching this is probably going to yell at me that the other backpack mod is better, and that but I tried to look at it and got a bit confused with all of the frames and the top, middle, and bottom. So I'm just going to go with what I know for right now. I can always look into that one later. So now I need more wool to make a couple more of those. But now we actually have enough storage that maybe we can take most of this stuff with us. Maybe. Not all of it, but maybe all of it. Look at that, just like we know what we're doing, except for the whole dying and hamsters and sea serpents and slimes. That was all a little bit Benny Hill style, but otherwise, we're doing all right. So I think one of the reasons I got sent back to, what's all this about? Yeah, I think there's a temple under here. An astral sorcery temple buried under the dirt. I'm going to go ahead and mark that so that I can come back for it later. So it sent us all the way back to the island. I think nowadays, apparently, if you pick up the bed that is your spawn bed, you can't go back there necessarily. So while I was scouting around, I did notice that there is a tiny little house with a bed in it over off to the side. So I'm going to just go, it looked like a nice, reasonable place to set a spawn point on the continent so we don't have to make that boat trip back from Hamster Island again. So that was right over here in this painted desert or whatever it is area. It's just a little auto-generated house with a bed in it. So I'll go ahead and sleep there and leave the bed there so that if something untoward happens again, I won't have to take a boat back. And then that will probably be a good place to stop this episode. I think I've already, because of the death, I've already sort of rambled on and on a bit. And but we've accomplished a lot, like dying and coming back from dying. Yeah, so this is a nice little house. I hope I can only sleep at night. Well, it's not too far from night. So another ice and fire monster was the death worm, and so I wandered out into a desert on one of my trials of this mod pack and immediately got chased around by a death worm. I don't know if this is called Outback. I'm not familiar with Biomes of Plenty, so not all sure what's in the Outback other than red sand. But let's see. Is there anything we want to pick up while we're here? Might not hurt to put a couple cactuses in our bag. You can throw cactus in a furnace to make green dye. You can use it in monster traps. There's all sorts of stuff you can do with it. So it's always nice to have a little cactus. I got to be careful about my hoarding tendencies because obviously storage is a real issue early in this game. But since we already know we're close to a village and it'll have tons of chests, I can at least pick up a few of the rarer items that I like to have with me. Alright, so that's about that. I'm going to go ahead and sleep here and call it an episode. And when we get back, we will probably head off to the village and do some pillaging. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.